to share next?
Yeah, when I look at the total market cap, look at that, look how fast it's dropping already. It's not even giving me a chance to do TA on this. It's literally going to my levels already. So if you look at the monthly close at 3.18 trillion, it's looking like we're going back towards it. And that's mostly due to the strength in the US dollar and all the other stuff that's happening as well, like DeepSeek about the AI that just recently China revealed. And that literally took investors' confidence away from the US stocks, and money got drained out of that. And Bitcoin reacted to that news as well. So there's a lot of things happening in the market that are causing these reactions. And it looks like we were in this wedge pattern, right, Kana? And we have tested the top of this wedge pattern so many times. Look at that. All the buyers are getting absorbed in this area, as you can see from the volume. The buyers are getting absorbed. The sellers are more dominant, and they're not letting buyers get past this area. So they're literally winning that area at the moment, and they have won literally by pushing price that down like this. Look at the bearish momentum in this area. It's literally breaking this trend line over here of this wedge, and it's going the opposite direction that many people expected. So now it's looking like we're going back to the area of sensitivity that price has previously tapped into multiple times in the past. It looks like we're going back to that area, the green area, and there is a lot of liquidity below that area as well that were created after we broke out of the all-time high at 2.9 trillion. So that area could get a little visit as well as we go towards this area to tap out all the stop losses that are active in this area, and that will create even more sell pressure to go lower. And we got some gaps in the 2.8 trillion area that could get tapped into as well in a flash, and buyers could quickly pick it up from that area and push it back into the consolidation again, so we can go for a little pullback and then continue the wave up. And if you look at the weekly time frame as well, there is a lot of there's a big chance that we will go up again towards potentially that 5 trillion to 6 trillion area for another leg. There is a lot of liquidity being built here on purpose to push price back up again. It's not out of coincidence that these areas, all these sellers, they have to get tapped out eventually, and it's just a correction in the market, and it is low volume as well because of this weekend, and there's not a lot of interest, but corrections are healthy for the market. You need corrections. You need to go below the consolidation sometimes to go higher again. So I see this as a very healthy price action, in my opinion.
And I think if it does go back down to those levels that you circled there at that $3 trillion market cap, it'll be quick. It'll be wicks. It'll be to take the liquidity. One thing we've had this bull run, unlike any other, is the amount of liquidations that we've had. It's just been absolutely insane. They've been record breaking, in fact, to go into those. So I don't think we'll be in that area long. If you're absolutely sky is falling, I just don't see we're there. I mean, on the 5 minutes on the dominance right now, it's already starting to pull back quite heavily. So I think it's in critical greed on the 5 minutes. Same on the 15. But it'll be curious to see what happens over the next few days. I think we will have some easing coming in this week. I'm not 100% certain. Nobody has a crystal ball. But the one thing I can say, typically when the dips happen lately, they happen fast, and when the rebounds happen, they happen fast. Mm-hmm. Can you see my screen now?
Let me check. Yes, we can. Yes, we can see it.
All right. I turned the VPN off. Unfortunately, I can't use TradingView without a VPN, but I can use my other stuff without it. So, looking at the bubbles for the week, it's been a gross week. There's an average of, I would say, 20 to 28, 30%. Virtual AI, minus 37.94. It has not been a good week for alts by any means. But we always try to give a few gems away here on the show. And Plan B, Bitcoin, is a YouTuber, doesn't have a lot of followers, but I believe this guy nails a lot of what's going on in the market. Somebody just commented 135
It's Ryan.
billion. Ryan Sappleton liquidated in the currency market in the last 60 minutes. Just goes to talk about the manipulation that we were talking about. This is a really good video that he just did, was his Bitcoin prediction for February 2025. I've just paused it at this one point here where he has this graph of Bitcoin price, RSI, moving average, realized price, and stock to flow. And currently we are orange, yellow, orange. And when you go back in history and you see any of this pattern that takes place, Bitcoin pumps. So we're still on par to have Bitcoin take off. Like I said, I think a lot of this is manipulation. A lot of this is, the news events with what's going on. But even Trump has his reserves and everything that's going on. When we look at the decoupling of Bitcoin and the crypto total market cap that have been going on, that signals our alt season, we're on par for this. And this is another one that has very low followers. Crypto Decoder, somebody I'd be following, his analysis has been bang on. And his latest video is altcoin season is not canceled. Here are the reasons. And he digs into the fundamental data of it, and he does a really good job of that, in my opinion. Jelly on Twitter, if you're not following Jelly, Crypto Jelly, and Al, fabulous analysis. Our peaks of Bitcoin are when we get into this red area, and we're slowly still working into the MVRV zone to get up into there. So still very all bullish signals from a data standpoint, which goes back to what we were saying earlier, short-term bearish, long-term bullish. But I'm reminded of those tweets of people going, I don't have any, they open the empty wallet, I bought the dip so many times, they're catching the falling knives. It's tough to always determine on the short terms what's happening in this market because it is happening so fast. But long term, zoomed out, still very bullish would be my 2 cents.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. I agree with you. I think there's still a little bit more to go in this market. It's not done yet. We're literally starting out, man. We just broke out of the all-time highs, man. You know what I mean? Like, we still got a lot more room to go. We're not, even if you look at the critical fear and greed, we're not even close to the greed, maximum greed yet. So, and that's whenever people talk about the market has topped, it usually means that there's still a lot of way to go. And when people get distracted from all the greed and from all the hype and they think the market's not done yet, that's when the bank institution drop the ball and just crash everything. And Bitcoin dominance is also moving towards the daily supply right now. So we're getting very close. So we could, and it has in this area, we have a broken structure as well to the downside aggressively. So it is a very strong area of sensitivity that we could revisit and we could get some reaction out of it. Well, we don't know what kind of reaction, but hopefully we get this type of reaction so we can get some pumps in our altcoins. And talking about altcoins, we're going to move on to Ethereum now, guys. Ethereum is literally moving down a channel as well. Like, it's like a downward channel. We have created, as when Ethereum reached the highs here, we didn't take any liquidity from this area. So we didn't tap anything out. We just retested this area. We went for a pullback, and it looks like we're in some type of bullish structure right now. It's like a cup and handle structure, right? Where prices created this big cup in the market, and now we're going for a handle, and we're going to be bouncing off this downward trend and going towards the 2,800 area. and there is some liquidity in this area. So if there is a flash crash that's pending to happen, we could go even below that area and then quickly come back up, to go back up again. And volume, it has been rising, but sellers have been more dominant in this area, as you can see from this sell volume. And buyers are slowly creeping back into it again, but there is still low demand, so it's not really there yet for the high demand to enter this asset yet. So it's just a waiting game. I think there's more downward pressure on Ethereum as the Bitcoin dominance pumps as well.